Mr. Pescador Cardozo leaves me this comment approximately 6 hours ago. Is bonsai even still being developed? Last update was in July. Its online communities are a ghost town. Documentation is as bad as it was years ago. Even the same problems persist. Okay, so first and foremost, I don't know what you want to achieve with this comment. If you don't realize this, you are trashing a project, you are disrespecting through this comment, you are insulting everyone putting an effort into this without doing a little bit of research, because you just had to do just a little bit to realize that this is not the case. And I don't know what you actually expect. Do you expect somebody to hold your hand, to come and guide you? Hey, Pescador Cardozo, let's do this and that and that and that, without you putting any effort into figuring things out, to use a free tool that has been used and it's still used by many people as their main authoring tool, and that I used for the past 3 years as a BIM coordinator, as my main BIM coordination tool, IFC coordination tool in a 1 billion euros project? No, sorry, I just can't get the emotions out of this. I feel too emotional. I really get pissed off when I see something like this. And I'm going to show you why you are completely wrong. There is only one thing that you are right about, and that's the documentation. And if you don't like it, don't use it. Don't use it. It's as simple as it is. The team is focusing on fixing bugs and developing new features. So the documentation, there are no resources for that. In case you didn't know, this is a free open source project sponsored by people who want to donate money, like me and many others, and people who are coding willingly. And you just come and you trash everything because you don't manage to do whatever you would like to do. Because whatever you want to do, if you just search on YouTube, you are going to manage to do that, because there are already enough resources on that. If you get a bug, you can go around that if you ask somebody. And I'm going to show you also where you can ask. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry everyone for being like this, but again, like I said, I just can't get the emotions out of this. I feel it in my gut, in my belly. I get really pissed off when people just throw around words without investing a little bit of time, putting a little bit of effort into seeing, is it true? Is it true what I'm saying? Does it have anything to do with this? Okay, so let's have a look at the first sentence. Is bonsai even still being developed? And also this part. Last update was in July. You are right, sir. You are perfectly right. BonsaiBIM.org. Let's go here. The last update, let's see where it is, because I never used this page. Surprise. Okay, so I don't know where this is. I think in Blender we can see that. We can see when bonsai has been published in Blender. So yeah, let's do that. Let's humor you, okay? You are right about that, because what you are talking about is the stable version, okay? And the stable version, it's somehow released every 2 months. It's not set in stone, sometimes might vary, but that's the goal of developers, to sum up every 2 months and to put a more stable package. So that's correct. That's why we have the one from July, and I think the other one was supposed to come in September, or it might come in September or in the future, because usually after the summer is not so easy. It's a bit difficult to find time for that. Not for me, but whoever does this, especially the Malta. Okay, so let's have a look and see. But that's the case, yeah. You are perfectly right. This is the install one. I'll talk about that. This is the version that is published as a stable version, right? And we see, I don't see it here. Let's see if I open this link. Yeah, we can see that actually this has been published on August 13th. So I'm not really sure which version are you talking about. But like I said, so if it's in August, then we should get the next version in October. That being said, you don't have to wait for that. You can use the unstable version like I do, And you can see here, I'm using the version from 10th of September. So like 1 week old. So yes, you can actually take advantage, and this is what I recommend. Like if you don't deal with very sensitive things like drawings, and if you don't model a lot, then I definitely recommend to use the unstable version, which is the daily build. Like the newest build you get the chance to update it. Here you are going to see a button exactly like this one, install, is going just to be update, and you update it and you take advantage of that. And as you can see, this is pretty far away from what you mentioned, that if is Bonsai even still developed. And let me show you how easy it is to check for that. Just go on GitHub or search on Google on GitHub or IFC OpenShell GitHub, right? And look here, sir. Look here, if you click on first, there are two ways you can check, okay? First one is to look for releases. And let's have a look at here and see. You see that this one, when it was pushed, and it was from yesterday. This one is from yesterday. And you see the date. The date is in parentheses. This is from 15th of September, 15th, many from the same day, and so on. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. This is where you can see the unstable ones, which you can install manually or use this guide right here to use the unstable version. I also have some videos about that, so feel free to do that if you want. But the most important thing to check for, it's actually to go here. You see commits, right? If you look at the commits, so again, we really have to reread this. Is Bonsai even still being developed? Well, my friend, what do you think about this? All these commits have been pushed yesterday. This 2 days ago. If you want to understand more about what's happening here, you can also click and you will see maybe a better description. Sometimes it's a more detailed description, sometimes not. But looking at this, that's everything you have to do to see actually how much is happening on this front and how much Andre and other contributors are doing. Thomas, Dion, Bruno Perdigao. Yeah, so sorry to disappoint you, but yes, Bonsai is still being heavily developed, actually. Andre is working full-time as a developer for this project. Thomas Kreinen, the creator of IFC OpenShell, is also working and fixing some things when he can, and we see that he's quite active lately. And other people. So yeah, like this is your proof, right? So debunking what you say. That's how you do it. Just if you would just ask ChatGPT or Gemini, is Bonsai or IFC OpenShell still being developed? You will get the answer. But that's what's happening. So I explained to you, this is the proof that the project is still developed. And I told you, I'm not joking. I really use this on real projects. I ditched Solibri to use BonsaiBIM because I couldn't do what I needed to do with Solibri. Okay, now let's address the other part. Again, the documentation, actually before I go to online communities, the documentation, I told you already, right? You are completely right about it because there is no time, money for that. The focus is to make the tool as good as possible, as reliable as possible. If you see the same problems persist, you should report it, sir. You are welcome to go here to issues and to create an issue with something that you are experiencing. And the guys are going to take care of that. Have you created any issues to report sometimes, anytime? If not, you should start there. I'm sure you are going to be surprised. But there is also a very high chance that if you are using an older version, the thing that you are trying to do, if it breaks down in an older version, there is a very high chance and probability that that thing has been already addressed. So that's why I always recommend to try the newest version before you create an issue, to make sure that that thing was not fixed already. So yeah, that's what I would do. And now let's address this one, the online communities. This makes me laugh again. Okay, are you ready? So, everything you have to do is to go to osarc.org, and here you'll find community and forum. Okay? And here is a forum, and you can see what's happening here. Discussions, right? And let's see. When was this made? This is like from today, I think. Let's see a date or something. September 16. Not really as a ghost town, right? Not really a ghost town. So this is lower. Okay, let's take this one. This started on April, but let's see the latest comment. We can see that we have long going on conversations. This one's from September 14. So I'm sorry to disappoint you again. One more time. There is quite a lot of life in this community. More than that, when you go to, if you go on the live chat, you can get to this live chat, which, surprise, surprise, look here. Today, these comments are from today. So if you need help, you can ask here. You can ask in the community. There are so many places where you can do that. So again, there are many places where you can ask and get help for, right? So everything you said, I'm sorry to disappoint you, is wrong. Is completely wrong and misleading and raising wrong concerns. Instead of being so negative and focusing on this, because you don't put enough time, actually, because I think that's the only issue. If you'd have put a little bit of time and asked for help, you would have gotten the help. And this thing is not going to change anytime soon, until Bonsai is going to become beta at least, or even go out of beta. So the documentation will always be a problem until this will become a much stable product. And there is not, like during alpha, the focus is on making it stable, developing new features and fixing bugs, okay? There's no point in updating documentation that's going to change in 1 week or 1 month. That would need a huge amount of resources, a lot of people to do that, and it just purely doesn't make any sense. The resources should go to make the product as good as possible. And now, the last one, like if you have tried all these things and if you're still failing, let me also mention, let me also do some free publicity for my training, which is the BIMvoice Academy. If the other things, the reason I created this is because here I work much closer with people. We have courses, we have many courses on many topics that you can do with IFC and IDS and so on. And all these courses are made by people who use these things every day. And Bonsai plays an important role in each of everyone's workflow. So yes, this tool works fine and nice without any issues. Here you are going to find courses, you are going to find a community also where you can ask questions and get answers. We also have a live monthly workshop, and also I'm running some live courses over more weeks. So yeah, if you're interested to learn more about this, you just have to go to BIMvoice.com. Like I said, if you are more technical, this OSR community and live chat could be enough for you. But if not, if you are just starting, then for sure this is the place for you to be, because I'm taking I'm from the start. I can, considering you never worked with IFC, and we train everything from there to getting to work proficiently with IFC. Okay, again, closing this up, I would like to apologize if I offended you in any way. I didn't mean that. I got emotional, and I'm sorry if I offended you. This is not the purpose, okay? I just wanted to provide an answer. So let's take out your name. I don't know who you are. And it doesn't matter, okay? I don't have anything personally with you. I would just prefer that when somebody writes something like this, just a little bit of work before that. Yeah. I'm really invested in this project. It really means a lot to me. I really want to help it grow and to help more and more people to use it. So again, if I offended you in any way, I apologize. That's not the intention. Let's take the name, the person from this, and let's try to focus on the reply, on the possibilities, and on the solution for the questions. Okay? Sorry for being so emotional. I'll catch you up in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.